Today I would like to, just share some things that fell upon my heart. I'm Nisi, if you don't know. Um, I'm glad to have you here. So the title of this, or the topic that I am speaking of, is what have you been up to? And when I'm saying that to myself. What have I been up to? And I would like to say to that question, nothing, letting the grass grow under my feet. Now, as a young lady growing up, I was always told that I never let grass grow under my feet, um, meaning I couldn't sit still and I was always on the move and on the go. And I do agree with that because a lot of times I was running away from the things that didn't resonate with me or that made me feel less than. Um, but in running, I would say, or not letting grass grow under my feet, I was also introduced to a new way of living, a new way of thinking, and other cultures, other families, and other ways that people have done things, which leads me to being open to move from my home state, hometown, and everything that I've known to Alabama. And in moving to Alabama, I have learned to sit still um, and smell my own flowers. The accomplishments that I have made, the choices that I have made within myself to better myself, not only myself, but my children and my family as well. Um, when I initially started this journey, I felt like I gave up everything and I gave up what I was used to and what I was accustomed to. But in that, I found that the grass started to grow under my feet. And meaning that I didn't feel like I had to run in this new place and state that I'm in. It really quickened me to sit still. Something that I was not used to. I was a on the go person. I like to work. I like to hang out with my friends. I like to do all the worldly things that I felt made me happy. But being here and healing and being on this journey that set me apart from my normal world, you know, I learned to appreciate the grass growing under my feet. I learned to appreciate the stillness and myself because I was learning myself. I got to learn myself. I got to fall in love with myself again, acknowledge my feelings, my dislikes. I got to learn things about me that I forgot that were even there, or even connecting back to why I made some of the decisions that I made. I don't live in a state of regret. I don't regret anything. I live in a state of learning and appreciation for life and what life has thrown at me and what it has given me. For a long time, I had my mind in a victim mindset. Why me? Why did this life have to happen to me? But in my stillness, in my letting the grass grow under my feet, I understood why, like, I was strong enough to withstand some of these challenges or things that could have broke a lot of people. And on this journey, I have saw some of the things that I've went through break a lot of people. So in that, it taught me to live my life and live authentically as myself and being myself, even when it's uncomfortable for me, uncomfortable for others to accept me. I accept me and I love me. I worked hard to get where I'm at. I worked hard to not let the things that were said over my life control who I was. But it did have a control over me for a long period of time. I'm just glad now that I have a control over it, and just wanted to share this with the world, just give a message out. You may not think that it's a way out of your circumstances or what you're going through, but sometimes in that stillness, sometimes in letting that grass grow under your feet, you find a way to reconnect with yourself. Because one thing for sure, with that grass growing, you can always get a lawnmower and a weed whacker to trim up that grass. So just find appreciation in the stillness. It may feel like a setback or why me. Sometimes it's a blessing. Most of the time, it's a blessing. It's definitely a lesson for you. But it will be a blessing depending on how you take it and where you're at in your journey. So I'm saying this to anybody that hears the message and listens, to be encouraged, to not give up, to let that grass grow under your feet. And the old saying that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, in this scenario, and in my case, the grass was greener on the other side. So tap into that. I give you peace, love, and until next time.